Goodette Jr. I'm the program director for the For Youth Initiative After School program here at the Wingate campus. And this is pretty much where it all begins. Education, knowledge. We're here in the library at the Wingate campus where there's an abundance of books and history and obviously education and knowledge. And I think that this is a good place to begin because, education is where, young people, I think, nowadays they don't value enough. And I think if we as adults and in our community teach them the value of education, and not just education in terms of books and school, but just the long-lasting learning throughout life, and to make sure that as young people that we understand, or that they understand, that education is the key. And like I said, it's not about just the books that they learn about in school, but all throughout their life, every experience, every meeting with another person, everything about life, everything that's a part of your life and your experiences are all a part of your education. And I think that's important for our young people to understand. And I think that's part of the reason why I like to expose them to a lot of different things within my program, whether it be dance or art, STEM or literacy, because I think that education inside school and in our community is probably the most important thing that we can give to our young people. All right, so FI stands for For Youth Initiative. This is our bulletin board. It just kind of highlights some of the things that we do. It changes every month, so being that it's the beginning of spring, it's a springtime background. We've got the flowers, the grass, everything kind of growing. At the bottom, you see my faithful staff. These young ladies kind of keep the program together. Educational specialists, my activity specialists, some of my group leaders, art, dance, fashion. We do a good vibes activity where we teach the kids about meditation. So that's something that we recently started. Step, dance, and so on and so forth. And you see here, you see some pictures of the kids' designs. These are some of the kids' drawings and clothing designs that they actually put together for our last showcase. Shot of the kids sewing in fashion. Shot of the kids doing the meditation in good vibes. Some art pieces, some dance pieces, drama. We do a drama activity. These young people doing drama. This is a picture of some of the young ladies on our step team. If you notice, we have our showcase coming up next week. So we have a showcase where we're going to showcase all our dance pieces throughout all of the sites. We also do what is called the holiday camp. And the holiday camp is pretty much set up for the benefit of parents. So when school is out of session during the Christmas break, the spring break, we run a program here called Holiday Camp. And what we do is we kind of take the kids on trips. We do various activities within the building. So while parents are at work and kids don't have school, they can come here for program. That way they're not, on the streets during the day. They can come here, have a safe space to kind of do different activities, have a good time. We take them on trips like Dave & Buster's, Fun Fusion, bowling, Museum of Natural History, so on and so forth. So, this is pretty much our program. Some of the things that we do, some of the activities that we do, some of our lovely staff, some shots of some of the activities. And I think this is kind of a snapshot of what goes on here at the program. If you notice in all the pictures, everybody's smiling, and these are candid shots. These are not, shots that are taken where the kids are posing. These are candid shots, and if you notice, they're smiling because they're having a good time, and at the same time, they're learning. And I think that's what learning is all about. Learning should be fun. Kids should want to learn. Kids should want to be exposed to things. Kids should want to explore different things. And if you notice, like I said, everybody's smiling. And that shows that learning can be fun. And I think that's what young people, we have to change the perception of what education and learning is. And if we show them that learning can be fun and how enjoyable it can be, then I think we'll get a different result as opposed to some of the things that they're, what they think about learning right now. So, school is not looked at in a good light. They think it's boring. They think it's, something that they have to do. But if we show them how fun it can be and how interesting it can be, it'll change their perception of what education is, and it'll make them want to do it as opposed to having to do it.
You could bet on Goodette. He's a good man. I think he does very well with the community. Yeah, and the kids, right? Johnny?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, it's my purpose, man. It's
Yeah.
my purpose. Some people, they search a lifetime to find out what their purpose is, man.
Right.
My purpose is to help these young people figure out theirs.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. I agree. Johnny has always been there for all the kids. Even for my kids, right?
even for your kids, how about that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. When my
Absolutely.
kids come with me and they're going to help me out, but Johnny takes them along with him and
Yep.
puts them along with the crowd. That's
Everybody's
good.
welcome.
Right.
Everybody's welcome. So even Neil's kids have been part of our
Right.
program
I like
a time
that
or
about
two.
Johnny because going out there in the world, you're going to go see people. So you have to be mixed in the mix, right?
It's all about exposure, man.
Right.
Exposing them to different things, different people, different cultures.
Exactly.
So that way, like you said, when they go out, it's not a surprise. It's something
Yeah.
that they'll be able to handle. They'll be able to deal with.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Of course, they're our future.
Exactly. And
You know,
they have to be able to
life
be
goes
productive.
on, right? The circle of life.
Be able to be productive.
They're going to be in our spots.
Yeah, you guys done this before, right?
Never.
It's just natural, man.
Well, this
It's
is
a
my
good
guy,
thing.
man. This is
Oh.
my guy, man.
Right.
This is my guy. He always looks
You
out
know.
for me, man.
He's a good man.
Always
right
looks
here.
out for me.
Absolutely. Out of all the teachers around here, I believe this guy right
This
here.
is my guy, man. Neil, always looking out. So we help each other here.
Yeah.
So make sure that he has what he needs. He looks out for me. Make sure I
Right,
have what
absolutely.
I need. So, my guy. And not enough of the positive is talked about. And it's important that as adults, we make sure that we explain that to the young people that this is the norm. This is not the exception. This is the norm. What they show on TV and what they show in the media, all that negative stuff, that's the exception. They, glorify that because that's the image that they want us to have of ourselves. But if we show them that look at all these great people, all these things that they've done throughout history, not even recent, but this is throughout history, all these great people. And and when they see that, this is what's important. This is what they can aspire to be. I can't say that I haven't been at any point where I didn't want to leave. There's been some times where I'm like, yeah, what. Often make a joke saying that I reevaluate my career choice every day. Working with kids is extremely tough. But it's ever changing, but it's fun. It's always a learning experience. So you definitely learn something new about them, about yourself every single day. And they are generally and genuinely what keeps me coming back. What really, when I reevaluate my career choice, it's always something. By the end of the day, by the time dismissal happens, there's always something that someone or one of them will do, and I'm like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. That's why you do it. You know what I mean? It is, like I said, it's tough to try to change the lives of young people, especially when it's so much that they have to kind of compete with and contend with as young people, young black individuals. So it's hard. It's hard. You only get them 3 hours a day,
Definitely.
and they have to deal with so much, not just school, but so much outside of school. And you learn a lot about them. You learn a lot about who they are as people, what they have to deal with as young people, their backgrounds, their family life. And it's not all,
If you could give them
good.
somewhat of an advice or on how to handle that coming into the school and going home, what could you say as to guide them?
I mean, generally I don't give advice, but just for them to have some sort of perspective. So to try to show them more than tell them that it's more than meets the eye. What you see is not what it's just what it is. It's a whole lot more out there.
Correct.
So I try to expose them to a lot of things as opposed to just talking at them. I mean, teachers talk to them and talk at them constantly.
Yeah.
You need this in order to do this. You need that in order to do this.
Definitely.
And which is, it's true. It's what the teachers are saying, what the adults that they're around constantly are saying is true. But I think that, with young people, especially young people today, they need to see it. They need to feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it resonates more when they can see it, when they can feel it for themselves.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So I like to show them. I like to expose them, not only to other places, but to people, to other people. So the people that I hire are extremely talented. They're entrepreneurs. In addition to what they do here.
Correct.
So they need to see that. They need to see that. The people
that
that look like that, people that come from where they come from, are doing extraordinary things.
Definitely.
So it's not just the gangbangers on the basketball court. It's not just the drug dealers on the corner. It's and with all due respect, it's not just what mom and dad does. It's so much more out there for them to explore, for them to become. They just gotta they gotta see it. They gotta see that it's real. So for example, yesterday, one of the other sites, they have an artist, a teaching artist that works at one of the other sites, and he put together a sip and paint for some of the students, and at that site and some of the other sites, so we all came together, and I brought one of our students to this painting workshop, and so that's one of the things that exposed them. It was an art studio. It was in the West Side, Manhattan, 38th Street, and when I went there, my expectation was, okay, I'm going to go, I'm going to watch these kids paint, it's going to be something, that they enjoy. So I'm videotaping and I'm taking pictures, and as I'm hearing the guy, the artist, he's explaining what's going to happen and how it's done and what he does, I'm just getting excited, so I'm like, all right, so I literally tell him, listen, I'm going to turn this phone off, this video off, and I'm going to get into this paint, man. So I put on a smock, and I start joining in, and my first experience doing painting, that type of painting, and just the level of work that I saw from these young people, phenomenal. You know what I mean? When you saw the completed product from these young people, some of them their first time as well, I was amazed. And not amazed that, that they can do it. I mean, kids are smart, they can pretty much do anything they put their mind to, but just the level at which they did it, phenomenal. I was amazed. I was just amazed at that. And, usually, I've heard of these events, these sip and paints, and, adults, and, I've seen some of the product. It looked nice, but these kids, they looked like they were doing this stuff for years. Like they were professionals, and it was just amazing to see that, and the looks on their faces when they saw their finished product, and the look on the artist's face when he saw that these young people can do such great work. Honestly, I thought I had more fun than the young people.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I couldn't stop talking about it. I came back today and I was telling my staff how much fun it was. I spoke to the artist and said, I asked him if there was something that we could do where he could come here and do something a little bit larger with the kids that we have here. I've taken them, like for example, this year's theme for summer camp is New York City.
Okay.
So I want to expose them to New York City, right? A lot of these kids, they live in this community, the Crown Heights community, some live in other parts of Brooklyn, but that's pretty much all they know. Okay. I've worked with young people in the past who've never even been to Times Square.
Wow.
So that was like mind-blowing to them. They've never been to Staten Island or on the Staten Island Ferry. So those things, those small little things, those small little treasures that are here in our city, that kids that live here every day don't get to, to experience. So those are the, we start there. We start with other parts of their communities that they've never experienced. We start, with trips to like Staten Island just so they can experience the Staten Island Ferry, Flushing Meadow Park, Arthur Ashe Stadium, go to the Bronx and kind of see, the different parts of the Bronx. There's a tour that I'm planning on taking them. It's like a hip hop tour, and it kind of gives you the history of hip hop. A lot of these young people, they listen to hip hop, or what is said to be hip hop today, right? And they don't really know the history of it. They don't really know, that it originated in parts of the Bronx, and why it was, important to the people that started and pioneered it. And so I want to expose them to that. I want to expose them to that so they understand that these artists that they listen to now, this is where it started. This is where it started. This is why it started. This is the history of it, or whatever the case may be. They don't know people like Rakim, and they don't, they don't listen to people like Nas and Mos Def and people like that. They don't know about that. So to expose them to that, to expose them to the culture of it, is important to me because the culture's changed a little bit now in terms of hip hop and music, and just in general, the community. What's valued now in the community is different than when I was younger. So just to kind of expose them to some of the things that was that I valued as a young person growing up in New York City is something that I want to expose them to. I think it's important, and I think they'll enjoy it. Hey, man.
Hello.
Hey.
Dad, what was that for?
What was what for?
Hey, give me back it. I'm cold. Oh. I'm gonna wear your sweater. But why? Because give me. Give me.
Present. That's my son Jalen. It's my oldest son. It's my wife Christina. It's my oldest daughter Zanaya. That's Jalen's twin sister Zaria. It's my youngest daughter Zamani. And it's my youngest son Jaden. Say what's up, guys?
What's up?
So, again, I do a lot of the work here at the Wingate campus, but the program is not just about here at Wingate. It's extended out to the community, and I think that our program and my staff, myself, I think we benefit the community and the parents out here in the community. Just the basic fact of us being here. That old saying that goes, "It takes a village to raise a child." We're just part of the village that's helping to raise these children. We're giving them a positive outlet, so to speak, somewhere safe where they can come, somewhere where their parents can feel comfortable, while they're at work or at home, taking care of younger siblings, where these young people can feel comfortable being here. And the thing I think that's important for me when it comes to extending out to the community is that our program is not just exclusive to the kids that go to school here. If you can get here and you're eligible in terms of age and grade, you're welcome. So we have kids from other schools that come out, kids from the Mahalia Jackson campus, not too far from here. We have kids from all the way from Huddy that come over, that ride the bus over here. Kids from IS-61, which is not too far, but they travel. MS2, so all the other middle schools in the community, we have kids, young people that, participate in our program. So we extend it out to the community. One of the things that's also important to me is that once you kind of age out of our program, you're not turned away. I figure out a way where you can still participate, whether it be volunteering as an intern, or helping me out in terms of administrative work, assisting a staff member, whatever it is. So if it's because a lot of times the kids, they come and after they age out of the program, it's like, okay, what now? And they've enjoyed their time here in FYI, but they kind of don't want to leave. So I figure something out. I don't like telling kids no. I would rather them be here, participating in something positive, than be out there on the street. And I think their parents would rather that as well. In the community at large, I mean, we do a lot of things. There's, a church up the block. Our basketball team actually helped clean up the basement as part of a community service project. Travis, when you were here, you put on a charity basketball game that raised money for the American Cancer Society. That's something that, kids need to kind of understand, to give back. We did a food drive. We did a clothing drive where we gave the food and the clothes to a family shelter in Bedford-Stuyvesant. So the kids are exposed to a lot of different things, and they see, Andre Ricketts, who used to work here for me. He did a community service piece where he exposed them and taught them a lot about homelessness and the effects of homelessness has on our society and how our society views homeless people. And they were exposed to that. And I think that was really important for them to be exposed to that. Some of them got really emotional, and they learned a lot about, just homelessness as a whole, what our country and what our society does to help and lack thereof when it comes to homelessness. And I think that the kids, it really, hit home for them how easy it is, how easy it was for these folks to become homeless. And, just like that, ordinary people are now living, without a home. So I think all of those different things, all those different activities have benefited the community and benefited our young people as well.